Spoke truth like Superman out the phone booth. It's spoke truth like Superman out the phone booth. It's spoke truth like Superman out the phone booth. If the talk is BS, I'll expose the proof. I'm here to fight crime, I'm here to write rhymes, I'm here to peel back the layers of your blind mind. But you're ignorant, you don't give a stuff, you just want to hear some acrobatic word stunts. I can pull those and spit real, that's the reason I will never get a record deal. But I'm not concerned, I'm just having fun, saying what I want, and I'm gonna let my mouth run. Stuff the government, fake sellouts, I wonder what's coming, fixing whole they all fell out. But I won't bore you with my politics, I just wanna sorta have a blast like a rocket ship. But what's the future hold? Will the globe explode, or will we take the next step in evolution's road? The guess as good as mine, we walk a thin line, life can be beautiful and crazy at the same time. Yeah. It's pro-truth like Superman out the phone booth. It's pro-truth like Superman out the phone booth. If it's all the BS, I'll expose the proof. It's here I am, save the day. Stuff John Key, he's a super zero. But once again, I won't bore you, I just wanna make it hot like boil. What if I told you our history's suppressed, and we shouldn't be afraid of the mystery of death? Our ancient ancestors far more civilized. Nowadays, the cold-blooded like lizard eyes. Desensitized, dumb down the ruling elite. Can I get a thumbs down? Go home, Google it, guaranteed to have you raving like a lunatic. A parachute works best when it's open. The policy of mind is the universe open. There's more to life than what we've been told. Let's start a revolution and break the mold. Yeah. It's pro-truth like Superman out the phone booth. It's pro-truth like Superman out the phone booth. If you're talking BS, I'll expose the proof. It's pro-truth like Superman out the phone booth. It's pro-truth like Superman out the phone booth. It's pro-truth like Superman out the phone booth. If you're talking BS, I'll expose the truth. Sweet.
With the flow every night from the new dollar funeral, lost the air of the green now, see the good flow that was speaking in love. I don't know, I won't talk.
Way is concerned, what sort of partnership excludes the public? If New Zealand is perceived to be the least corrupt country in the world, yeah, whatever, well, shouldn't we be the most transparent? So open the books and show us the text.
Tangata whenua o Kirikiriroa, tai nui waka tēnā koutou, e mihi nui ki te tangata tiriti tēnā koutou. Greetings to everybody. Thank you very much for turning out on yet another scary hot climate change day to fight yet another very, very, very big kaupapa. You know, this is one of the most important things we can do with our time as citizens, is to stand up and say no. No isn't a bad word, it's not a negative word when it's about things like this. No can be a positive. It is positive for our country that we stand up for our sovereignty. It is positive for our country that we defend ourselves against what is a so-called free trade agreement. Let's have a look at that. Free. There is nothing free about this agreement. It's not freely available to read, it's not making freedom for people, so it shouldn't be called free. Trade, it ain't about trade. It's not about trade at all. Trade between equals based on human rights is a legitimate human activity that we support. The Green Party supports trade. But this is actually about investment and control by foreign companies coming into Aotearoa and all the other countries of the 12 that are planning to sign this, unless we can make it fall over, and I think we can. So basically, this is about losing control.
TPPA, no way, say no way to TPPA. Yeah, you get the drift. Here we go. Join in. TPPA, no way, say no way to TPPA. TPPA, no way, say no way, the TPPA, TPPA, no way, say no way, the TPPA, TPPA, no way, say no way, the TPPA. Well, okay, here's the situation, signing away rights to foreign corporations. Can't you see, it's an orchestration, part of the agenda, mobilization, negotiations behind folks' doors. Maybe the GCSP should get involved. Yeah, right, make a great TUI banner, throw a banner in the works, shoot the truth like a hammer, I'll protect you bracket, foreign investment. Take a look at NAFTA for a history lesson. It's all about big business and profit margins. Bankrupt New Zealand, I heard for a bargain, the rights of the people. Null and void to the illegal white honey. Null and void, environment protection. Null and void, what good is money if the world is destroyed? TPPA, no way, say no way to TPPA. TPPA, no way, say no way to TPPA. Come on, Hamilton, running. Ain't no way, say no way to TPPA. TPPA, no way, say no way to TPPA. We got a right to be suspicious of further secrecy and the fact that government lies to us frequently. The mainstream media at the source frequency keep his public awareness far from where it needs to be. Opening the doors to the likes of Monsanto, an invite for the devil, and he wants to tango another evil entity. Big pharma, and they don't sell cure, they sell trauma. Modern day motto, ignorance is bliss, but ignorance the reason poverty exists. Ignorance the reason for slave labor nations. Ignorance the reason for child starvation. And on our environment is such a drag. Destination, hell in the handbag. We're living in the age of human error. Materialistic misadventure. TPPA, no way. Say no way to TPPA. Come on, TPPA, no way. Say no way to TPPA. TPPA, no way. Say no way to TPPA. TPPA, no way. Say no way to TPPA.
Congratulate every single one of you for taking the time to come out and hear about this important issue, because far too many people don't realise what is at stake here. And I want to congratulate you for taking the time on your weekend to come out and be informed, because this deal needs to be made public. That's what we need. And in Parliament, the Labour Party put a resolution on the floor of Parliament to ensure that nothing would be signed until there was public disclosure of what was in the deal. And guess what? The government voted it down. They voted down that resolution to ensure that there is transparency, that the New Zealand public would get to see what is in this deal before we signed it. And that is an attack on democracy. And as you know, the Labour Party is not afraid of free trade deals, but we want them to be fair and we want them to be transparent. And that's what we've done in the past. That's been our history, and that has actually helped New Zealand survive the last recession. We actually signed the Chinese free trade agreement, but we didn't sell any of our sovereignty with that, and we ensured that it was in the interests of New Zealand. We got a good deal for New Zealand. What is it that the government's got to hide that they won't share the details of what's in this Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement? The thing that the Labour Party is most concerned about is our sovereignty. We think our sovereignty is at risk through this deal. Why do we think that? Because the United States of America recognises the role of corporate entities. They give them the same rights through this agreement as if they were a governing state. That's what is scary about this agreement, because all of the deals that have been done before have been done between governing states, not with corporations. And that's the thing that changes with this deal, is that corporations are given a status so that you're talking about deals between business and government rather than government to government.
Very much for coming out and making sure that we're aware of what you think. New Zealand First is firmly opposed to the signing of this TPPA. Basically, we're all being kept in the dark on this, even politicians. We're not going to know anything about it until it's actually on the floor of Parliament, which is atrocious. It undermines our democracy, and we don't think that that is good for anyone. Despite questions in the House, we can get no information from Tim Grosser or John Key about this terrible TPPA. The decisions that are made on this particular agreement are going to impact on every single one of us, and that is not good when we don't know anything at all about it. The worst thing is that we can have no confidence in this government that our interests are not being bargained away behind closed doors, and that is the scariest part of the whole thing. There is absolutely no transparency.
I'm not a member of a political party, so some of you may have read my blog, Aotearoa, A Wider Perspective. If you don't, Google it. It's got a lot of information about the politics, international politics, and about what the TPP is. But I don't want to talk about that now. What I want to talk about is what it is you can do to help stop this. Because we have to stop this if we want to stay an independent country. So what I did was I started a blog. And to this day I have reached 53,000 New Zealanders. That is a lot of people to reach in this country. 53,000. Now I want all of you to start reaching your own 53,000 people.
Our liberty, your billion-dollar corporate endeavor will put our people in debt forever. Outside corporations ruling our land. You're selling us out to foreign hands. No, we don't want no TPP. We want to keep our liberty. Kia ora koutou. I like what the last person said. It's about action. We don't have time to wait for an election. We need to mobilise now. We need to make this the biggest mobilisation in the history of this country. Down the road at the museum at the moment is an exhibition about protests that have taken place since the 1960s. Protests by women for liberation, protests about the Springboks tour, about Raglan, all of those things that happened before some people in this audience were born. But out of those actions came change. Some of those, what we actually gained out of that, some of those gains we have lost, because we lost them through political action. In 1984 was a massive change in this country. We put in the Labour government, and immediately the assets started to be sold. And we've carried on that trend, but it's not a new thing. This type of strategy is a worldwide global takeover. It was planned way back in the 1930s. 1937, there was something in the New York Times about dividing the world up into 10 regions. They've got the global regions sorted. We're one of them. We're just ripe for the plucking. We've got the resources they want to take control. So this is a global effort, and the only way to actually match it is to actually rise up as citizens. The civil society are the majority in the world. The 1% of the wealthy. We are the majority, and we can make a stand and make a difference.
O te kaupapa o tēnei hui, TPPA. Something we never ever knew about, but we soon found out. It was the taking of our rangatiratanga. They took our rangatiratanga. This has been our fight for our people all our lives. Our ancestors fought for us so that we would be free and we could hold our own rangatiratanga. And now it's happening again. and we do not support it. Today, we have speakers of the Māori Party in Auckland, in Wellington, getting up and speaking about the TPPA, on how we have not been informed of how our rangatiratanga has been taken away from us. We support what you are doing, and not only that, we will lead the way. We will lead the way, the struggle of our people that we have been doing for all these generations. It is the struggle of our people, because if it is good for Māori, it is good for the people of New Zealand. And there's the way that we want to take you, for the betterment of all New Zealanders, not just for one race. And not to be controlled by corporate organisations. I leave it with you to decide. We have been labelled as part of the National Party, but we have never ever done that. We stood in there and we went and took what we could be to see that was the better thing for the people of New Zealand. No reira e ho mā, rauranga tira mā, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou koutou.
And promoting closer links. Trade agreements held open markets for Kiwi exporters, and exports drive New Zealand's economic growth. Helping our exporters helps create jobs for New Zealand. It will open good markets, reduce regulatory barriers and liberalise service and investment flows. The US is the largest economy with over 300 million consumers, and FTA with the US has been one of New Zealand's top grade policies.
Whose policy? Wasn't one of our policies.
The government considers what you need to do, if you really disagree with this, you need to speak to these MPs, they're your MPs, ring their office or email them and tell them what you think. However, I'm reading their statement. The government considers that releasing the text would jeopardise the ability of negotiators to secure a high-quality trade agreement that advances New Zealand's national interest. However, consultation process undertaken for the TPP are the most extensive a New Zealand government has undertaken for any trade negotiation, which is interesting. Public comment on the TPP was first sought in 2008 and invited since. So I'm passing an invitation on to you to give that to your national MPs. Negotiators have conducted a proactive consultation process that has included regular meetings with business groups, local councils, health sector representatives, unions and NGOs, and other individuals / academics. Opposition parties have also been briefed on the progress in negotiations, and Sue might like to comment at the end on how much you've been consulted. They're saying here, one topic that has provoked considerable comment on the TPP is Farm Act. We've made it clear that New Zealand is not prepared to negotiate on the fundamentals of Farm Act. So should this go through, folks, you've got it here in writing, so to speak. So, yeah, so having said that, it was good of them to issue a statement. David Bennett did come down, but he couldn't stay. He had another appointment to go to. So as I said earlier, email, write or contact your local MPs and let them know your concerns and how concerned you are about this and how it will affect your vote in the upcoming election. All good, thank you.